out of your busy day to support us. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mona Sims, and I'm a military spouse currently living in Washington, D.C. with my Marine. I've been involved in fundraising for nonprofits for about 15 years now, and I've been privileged to raise money for organizations like Hope for the Warriors, Autism Speaks, Girls on the Run, Simplify Fund, and Kiwanis Club. The list really does kind of go on and on. Over the years, what I have learned is that what works now may not have worked a decade ago, and what worked a decade ago probably doesn't work now. Quite frankly, what worked last year may not be what is working now. What I also have realized is that double dipping or exhausting your resources is really the fastest way to see your fundraising come to a complete halt. So you're probably wondering, what is double dipping? Double dipping is going to the same person or organization year after year and asking for money. It's also asking the same person to buy your kids candy that every other kid on the block has already asked. That nice neighbor can really only buy so much candy. So one year, I had a pretty steep fundraising goal, and my brother Tomas introduced me to a new way at looking at fundraising ideas. He introduced me to the idea that I could actually use money from another organization and apply it to my fundraising goal. So what happened? That year, my sister and I raised $4,200 for Autism Speaks so that we could go to a Disney race. What was really great is that she and I weren't hitting up the same people over and over, which means we weren't double dipping. But our combined efforts allowed us to use another organization's money to help us reach our goal for a really great cause. So what I'm proposing is that you take just a few minutes out of your super busy schedule and consider looking at raising money in a different way. This is a proven system that has worked, and we will work to help ensure that you reach your fundraising goals. So to start off with, I'd like to introduce my brother, Tomas. He's the one that showed me this super simple way of raising money so that I could reach my fundraising goal. For those of you who don't know him, he's a father, husband, son, brother, assistant middle school principal, entrepreneur. He is the busiest person I know, and he is here to very quickly show you how to make $500 very simply go toward your fundraising goal. So Tomas, are you ready to show us how?
Yes, I am, Mona. Thanks for the great intro. And I guess a couple things you didn't add is that I'm also a Little League coach, coaching football, helping some with baseball. So altogether, it's about 80 hours a week of spending time with family and other people's kids. So that's why I have to find ways to keep things super simple. I'm blessed to have an awesome wife who's so supportive. She's also an educator, and we've got 3 great kids that we spend a lot of time with. So that's one way I'm able to, I guess this is kind of how we're able to spend so much extra time with our family and friends. Hopefully you can see this little board. But basically what I showed Mona was how our simple system can help us out. And Mona's going to talk about what we actually do. And I'm just going to talk about numbers. I asked Mona if she had 2 friends or 2 family members who wanted to support her in her fundraising efforts. And the first person she knew was Sophia, because they were going to do this crazy Disney race together. And she had a friend, Debbie. Okay. At the time, I think they were actually all living in 3 different states, which is kind of cool. Usually with fundraisers, you're hitting up your neighbors and people at church and things like that. But with this thing, it's a little bit different. Mona said, I know Sophia who's going to support me because we're running the race together. And my friend Debbie is just an awesome person, so she's going to help. So what this did was this earned Mona a quick $50. Okay. $50 is $50. But the next thing Mona told Sophia is, you've got to repeat what I did. We've got to find 2 friends. So Sophia found our cousin, Laura, who was living in Texas, and our friend, Tara, who was living in North Carolina. So because Sophia helped 2 friends, Sophia earned $50. But because Mona helped Sophia, that's another $100 there. Debbie had 2 friends. She has her husband, who was Dan. Forgot Dan's name for a second. And then Mary. Okay. So Debbie helped 2 people. Debbie earns $50. And Mona helped Debbie. So that's another $100 for Mona. Because this happened within the first 60 days, That was an extra $250. I know my little chicken scratch might be kind of hard to read. So like I said, Mona found two people, $50. Mona helped Sophia find two people, $100. Mona helped Debbie find two people, another $100. And then that extra $250 because she works kind of fast. That's what runners do sometimes. And so y'all can see the bottom of the screen right there. Yeah, you can see the bottom of the screen right there. So that's $500. So, which is, hey, that helps to get people there. Mona and Sophia both did that. That's $1,000 towards the initial goal of that $4,000. But it goes on beyond this. There's a thing that we call the geometric progression of numbers, and it's basically multiplying by 2 because Mona times 2 is 2, Sophia times 2 is 2 more. So it goes from 1 to 2 to 4. And the way this grows over here was there was one person who found 2, who finds 2 times 2 is 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. What's cool about the 64 is if all 64 people were to get the same $500 from the first side, that's over, my box isn't big enough, for over $60,000. Okay, $60,000. It can, if all 64 to say that, you know what, we're going to go towards one goal. We're going to save the zoo. We're going to help a school. We're going to save a little league program, whatever we want to do, because the $500 goes to you. But after that 64 times 2 is 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048. So you can just see this is kind of just grows by itself. Down here at 4,000 people, that's over $6 million that's generated in those $500 bonuses. And that money's just kind of going anywhere. What this, Mona, do I have another 45 seconds? Thumbs up. All right. What this does for you personally is basically each person earns $9 from everyone on their team. So right here, we'll just stay right here. What's 9 times 8 is 72, because we earn, let me get rid of this little 600 here. So that's 60,000. Let me get my cheat sheet because these numbers grow kind of fast. But from here, we're going 72, 16 times 9. Let's say let me find a good number to start with. This same 64 where we were at, $648 a month, which is pretty good. Then that jumps up to $1,350, which then $2,700. So you can see this is real money that's coming in each month. So if you had 512 people that said, hey, I want to kind of do this, and they order a minimum 2 meals a day for their family, that's an extra $5,400 coming in per month, which is pretty good. So anyways, like I said, that's my brief how the money works with the fundraising, how it can be super simple to find 2 people, and then it just multiplies out. So like I said, that's hopefully that helps to get you a little bit of information to get you started.
That's so awesome. That's such good information, Tomas. And what was so interesting is that back then, when Sophia and I had to do fundraising, I had no idea what we were doing. I just knew we were raising money, and it was so super simple because every human being that I know eats. Everybody eats. Not everybody needs wrapping paper. Not everybody eats candy. Not everybody needs another candle. But every single person that I interact with can have at least 1 meal a day, and a meal to support a great cause. So the first thing I did was I set up my annual membership. It cost me $29, and I was thrilled to do that because that was cheaper than the membership I was going to buy at Costco. What was really super is that my meal got shipped to me. So I bought breakfast for my husband and I for a month. It was all going to a great cause. It was the cheapest, easiest, simplest meal that we were putting in our bodies at the time, and we still continue to do it because it gives us energy, and energy makes us feel good. And once again, it's super simple. Our meals get shipped to us. There's no guesswork, there's no prep work, and there's no cleanup. So 1 meal at a time. We were doing great. It was going to a great cause. We still do it. All we are asking you is to do the same thing. simply set up your membership, order your meals for you and another person in your household. So it might be you and your spouse. It might be you and your kid. If you don't want to be healthy, for your two kids, but two people in your household will switch out one meal a day for a month. And then the next easy thing that you do is you invite two people who want to support you. Come right back here and we show them how they can best support you and your fundraiser. Now, for some of you, you'll invite two people, boom, you'll be done. Others, you might have to invite 10 people to get your two supporters. And that's okay, because think about how many times you took your kid to the end of the street and you told him to sell all of the candy bars. Did he sell all his candy bars at 2 houses? Probably not. It may have taken him a few more houses, but that's okay, because a fundraising is a great goal and it's for a great cause. So what's super exciting about this is that if you have questions about this meal replacement, we've got dietitians, doctors, nurses, personal trainers, teachers, athletes, service members. We have across the board hundreds of people that are here to support you. Now, this isn't a get-rich-quick plan, but it is a proven system that you can make a real impact for you, for your family, for your community, and most importantly, for your fundraiser. So I know that we wanted to keep this under 15 minutes. We're right about our time limit. So I'm asking you now to either comment or send us a message, or send whoever a message that invited you to this very important meeting, how you can get it started, because we are here to support you. We're here to support your fundraiser, and we're here to simplify your life, because that's exactly what it's going to do. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and have a super night.